What's going on, everyone? Real Red Politics here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're going to be discussing a couple things. We're going to be discussing, how, the Republicans winning the House majority. We're going to discuss, I'm going to give my general reaction to Trump running for president and, that sort of stuff. But before we get into today's video, if you guys could smash that like button, it does great for the YouTube algorithm. Gets, my YouTube videos kind of more noticed and stuff, and helps me, gain subscribers and whatnot. And if you're not already, please hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot. And be sure to hit that bell for notifications when videos do come out. I haven't been very consistent with that, and if I don't release them 5 days a week, I've been trying to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So today is Wednesday. I'm going to be uploading this video, and it will be uploaded today. So, if you haven't already, I'm going to play the clip of Trump announcing his run for the presidency.
In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
Yes! Yes!
So in that clip, obviously Trump announced his run for, the presidency for the United States, which is a good thing. But something that was that I want to point out is, if you haven't watched the speech, watch the speech. It is a fantastic speech. Trump didn't attack anyone. There were no, he didn't insult anyone. There's no mocking. There's none of that. Nothing that, you'd expect from, a rally, so to speak. But instead, Trump actually, it was a very serious but very effective speech. And I think if he continues this up, he Mike Huckabee said, he's unbeatable. And I think, I ultimately think Trump will win in 24 probably by a landslide. And I don't see DeSantis running. I think DeSantis will actually endorse Trump, if anything. That's the right thing to do. Or else the GOP, is going to do kind of like what Teddy Roosevelt or Ross Perot did, and kind of split the party. And, you don't want to give the Democrats another win, because, as you can see, they're destroying the country. But there's a couple of things I want to kind of go over, other than, the House races and kind of how we have the House majority, how the Republicans have the House majority, and kind of polling, that kind of stuff. A couple of things I want to point out. Trump's statement that was called an attack to DeSantis, I don't think is an attack. He's making a point. Trump said, the point of the statement was that DeSantis will not have won by 20 points without Trump, which is in fact true. I don't think he would have won. He would have won by at least 10 points if he didn't have Trump's endorsement. But because Trump's endorsement, was put into effect, it did help at least 5 points. I really do. And so that's not an attack on DeSantis. That's just, Trump. And I want to say Trump endorsed him in 2018 when he ran for governor, which would make sense because that was even closer. I endorsed DeSantis, and because I endorsed DeSantis, he won by as much as he did, making it a really safe red state. And that's the truth. And but people saying it attack, I think, is just wrong. Now, Youngkin, when I don't really think that was an attack either. That's also just saying, which I think is partially true, because that race was was also pretty close between him and Terry McAuliffe. I'm glad Youngkin won. I think from what I've seen, he's been doing a good job as governor. He seems to resonate with the people very well. He seems to be doing well in Virginia. Even with independents and whatnot across the board, he seems to be doing well, so good for Youngkin. But I think Trump's state, either by as much as he did or won at all without his endorsement, I think is partially true. So that's just my opinion. I think 75% of Americans, this is a poll done by Fox. Polling is usually pretty spread out across the board between different kinds of voters and stuff, like Democrat, Republican, Independent, moderates, that kind of stuff. 75% of people say the country is going in a bad direction, and I guarantee you a lot of those people who say that are the same people who voted for the people causing those problems. So, it's you can see the words underneath the poll that say much of the much of the disappointment and unhappiness comes from Democrats. Yet they're voting for the same people that are giving them these problems. I don't understand why. I don't understand their thought process. Usually, vote for someone different instead of voting for the same kind of people. But you vote for someone like Kathy Hochul, you vote for someone like Fetterman, you vote for someone like Josh. So you've been complaining about. That's just what's going to happen, because that's saying, or if you let's say you vote in I don't know, even just Lori Lightfoot like to mayor or whatever, you're going to have high crime. That's just reality. And people who have this problem with high crime, high homelessness, bad economy, that kind of stuff, are the same people voting for the people causing those problems. So, but I kind of wanted to take a look at this polling, and this kind of shows the trends from April to now, that the majority of Americans don't agree that America's going in a great direction. And like I said, I have my full utter support towards Donald Trump. I hope he does win the primary. I think he will win the primary, and I think he'll win the general. So he has my full and utter support. And we're gonna take a look at House races real quick. Now, I think a couple news networks have called it. I know I projected it that Republicans are going to win the House, probably between 218 and 220 or so, maybe 221. But a lot of these races, like for example, Colorado District 3, Lauren Boebert's going to win that. She's up by 2,000 votes. I projected that. Kind of look at a lot of these unfilled seats. California District 22, that's probably going to go to the incumbent. We can look at California District 27, incumbent's going to win that seat. So when you take these two into account, 22 and 27 into account, that's 2 seats. So that puts Republicans, according to the New York Times, at 219. And then we can take a look at California District 3, where 57% of the votes are in. Kevin Kiley's doing pretty well. If he keeps up his track, that'll be 220. We can take a look at, let's see, what other seats can we take a look at? Probably only those ones. Lauren Boebert, again, it's going to win hers, so that's, that'll be 218. Kevin Kiley, 219. District 3 is really close. I think if John Duarte keeps up, can take that over, that'll be 20. California District 22, I think, is going to go to the incumbent Republican. That's 21. And then Mike Garcia is going to win his race, I think, so that's 22. So it would be 22 seats that the Republicans have for the majority. And another thing I want to point out is in the Senate race, had McConnell, been smart, he would have kept funding towards Blake Masters. He would have kept funding towards Adam Laxalt. He would have kept funding towards Don Bolduc. But what did he do? Those three said they wouldn't vote for him to be the minority or / majority leader in the Senate. So because of his ego, it got in the way, and because he'd rather have a Democratic Senate and or be majority or be the leader of his party than have 3 America First candidates in the Senate. So by him pulling funding from Masters, from Laxalt, from Bolduc, that's 3 seats that the Republicans should have won, but they didn't. Largely because of McConnell. McConnell's a rhino. I hope Kentucky puts someone up, puts someone better up, because he's a terrible politician. I mean, I'm just gonna flat out say it. I don't like McConnell. I used to be kind of neutral about him, but I don't like McConnell. I think he is a terrible senator. His poor leadership, everything. And I know Rick Scott. I don't know much about Rick Scott, but I think anyone is better than McConnell, except Liz Cheney. But she's out of office because she lost by 40 points. So now the only questions I raised towards Florida is Liz Cheney is supporting DeSantis to run for president, and he has soft support from the Lincoln Project. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know if something's going on there, because Liz Cheney, as you know, is pretty much a Democrat. I don't even call her a rhino. I call her a Democrat because that's what she is. And the Lincoln Project is just, they're something else. So, but I don't have anything bad against DeSantis. He's done great for Florida. He kept Florida open. Meaning, I could go on and on about DeSantis. I just don't think he should run for president yet, in my opinion, because I'd much rather have Trump in the president, because we know what Trump is capable of, and Trump is capable of great things. So, anyways, that's what I have for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. It would mean a lot. And be sure to, stay tuned for more political content coming your guys' way. If you guys have any ideas, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more political content coming your guys' way.